Yes, we look rather fine. Quite retinue.
Well, if you say so.
Perhaps...
What is it?
Our tie, sir. A little too perfect, I think. We mustn't give the impression of it being made up, must we?
No, we mustn't.
Try and affect a little more carelessness, sir. Well, that'll be your car now, sir.
This early?
Well, punctuality. The politeness of princes, you know. Ah, there we are. Quite perfect. Thank you. Excuse me.
Hello?
How do you do, Mr. Bradley? Fabulous to meet you. I'm Clarissa.
Annie.
Clarissa de Vere Allen.
Hello, Clarissa.
The Duke asked me to meet you.
And this gentleman?
My cousin.
Really? Sure we're headed in the right direction?
Quite sure, Mr. Bradley. Quite sure.
Well, the Duke wouldn't be in on this, would he?
Okay, Clarissa.
Mind how you go down. Steps.
Now for the revelations.
That hurts.
Stop right there. No more dramatics, please.
Do I get 3 guesses?
Now, let's all behave in a civilized fashion, shall we?
Civilized? With a gun in your hand?
Touche. Please, sit down. Clarissa, please fetch our guest a brandy, will you? I'll have a whiskey. Hey, it's not a bad move. Please do look at the number.
I thought it might be worth a try. Thank you.
Cheers. Ah.
The Rembrandt.
Yes, we borrowed it from the National Gallery.
I loan this masterpiece to the gallery.
Well, that should satisfy you as to its authenticity.
What is that painting?
I'll tell you about that in a moment. That Rembrandt, how much did you pay for it? 200,000 pounds?
$500,427 to be exact.
You put it on permanent loan to the British nation. That was very altruistic of you.
One makes the occasional gesture.
And it does come off tax.
Does it?
Mr. Bradley, I'm going to ask you to make another gesture. A less expensive one, less time. Shall we say 100,000 pounds cash?
Wrong.
Right, I'm afraid. Of course, I realize that that amount of cash might be a little difficult to put together, so I'll give you 3 days. 3 days. Otherwise...
You really are a civilized character, aren't you?
Of course, you will inform no one about this little encounter. You will be given instructions as to time and place of payment later.
A lot can happen in 3 days.
It had better not, believe me. We're not soft, you know.
I guess you could call it circumstances beyond my control. Anyway, I will explain it to you later. In the meantime, would you kindly extend my apologies to the Duke? Thank you.
I didn't disturb you, sir. I heard you return. 6 o'clock. We must have been a great success last evening, sir. Oh, the newspapers are full of the stolen Rembrandt story. There are also many pictures of yourself. How would we like our coffee, sir?
Hot.
Oh, we have a hangover, I suspect. Should I prepare one of my special oyster...
I'll go away with you, Brandon.
Oh, excuse me.
No, yes. Yeah?
Hello, Jean. Parminter. Sorry to read about the loss of your Rembrandt. The police seem to be clueless. Have you got any ideas?
A few? How about some lunch?
Certainly. Thank you. Shall we say one at the Tower, perhaps?
Anyway, they dumped me on a barge. I came to around dawn near Tower Bridge, praying like a scrambled egg.
100,000 pounds. What are you going to do? Pay up?
Oh, my dead body.
From what you've just told me, it could come to that. And 3 days. I mean, That doesn't leave you any margin.
Why don't we try taking them when I'm ready to make the delivery?
No, I knew you'd be thinking along those lines, but let's be logical.
I don't want to be logical.
You've already paid £200,000, right? Another 100,000 secures it. The ratio's got to be favorable.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I know how you feel, but you must consider the risk. I mean, that Rembrandt's irreplaceable.
You know, I should have my head examined.
And you? Why?
Well, the minute I got into that car, I knew that the girl was a phony. Clarissa DeVere Allen, whatever her name was.
No, there really is a Clarissa DeVere Allen.
You gotta be kidding.
No, the Honorable Clarissa DeVere Allen. No, her father's a friend of mine, General DeVere Allen.
And this real Clarissa DeVere Allen, is she, a little blonde bird with,
No, she's about 5'7", blue eyes, light brown hair.
Yeah, it was too easy. There's a possibility, though. If the phony Clarissa had been using the name of the real Clarissa, they may, somewhere in the past, have met. You have a phone number?
There was nothing I could do but let him go, you know. I mean, he obviously suspected me, you know?
That's all right, Alex. You did the right thing. You say you left this other fellow before the end of the meal?
Yes, he gave him some information, he wrote it down, and then he left.
I wonder if our Mr. Bradley could be contemplating some devious strategy. Do you know, I think it's time we gave our friend a corrective rap over the knuckles just to remind him we're in earnest. Don't you agree, gentlemen?
Go ahead. Sorry I made you miss your shot.
Lovely to see you, Mr. Bradley.
No.
I've been frightfully excited since you telephoned. Won't you have a glass of lemon barley water?
Lemon barley water. Yes, I'd love it. What do I call you? The Honorable Clarissa DeVere Allen is quite a mouthful.
No, just Clarissa.
I'm Gene.
You said it was frightfully important.
Frightfully.
How intriguing. Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
I don't really see how I can help you.
I'm going to tell you something. I met another Clarissa DeVere Allen yesterday.
Another Clarissa? Oh, that's quite impossible.
No, I did. And it's very important that I know who she really is. Because she's not like you. She's completely different. A little blonde, dizzy kind of gal.
Well, that description could fit hundreds of people I know.
I have a clue for you. She wears a gold ring on her right hand. It's done up in the form of a death head.
Oh, wait a minute. Was it a skull with red eyes in it?
Exactly.
Friend of Bunty Anderson's. Strange sort of thing to see on a girl's hand. Haven't seen her for a long time.
Do you remember her name?
Well, I only met her a couple of times with Bunty. I lost touch with her completely. I think her name was Dorinda, although I couldn't tell you what her surname was.
With Bunty?
Yes,
I'd like you to find her for me.
I'll try.
better go.
I think you got the message.
Hello.
Hello, Jean.
Clarissa.
I'm afraid I haven't had much luck with Bunty. You know, she flits about so much.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Do you have anything so far?
Well, she's in the wilds of Chelsea somewhere. I just don't have an address.
Well, I'm sure you'll catch up on her somewhere.
Well, I've got a lot of possibilities. Just everybody seems to be out at the moment.
Well, that gives you an A for effort, Clarissa. You will keep trying?
Bye.
Well, the wilds of Chelsea are being thoroughly combed, and if this Bunty Anderson is there, we'll certainly find out.
I am obliged for your help.
No, not at all. Didn't mention it. It's nice to be able to be of assistance. After all, you've done me enough favors.
That's for sure.
And I admit it, right?
Right.
And I have a suggestion.
That isn't unusual.
Go through the motions of collecting the money tomorrow. After all, they've probably got you under the microscope, and if you look as if you're coming through with the money, it'll
help them relax.
Well, perhaps lull them into thinking you're going through with it.
Hmm. You know what I should do?
Hmm.
I should lull them into thinking I'd go through with it.
You know, Jean, you have some awfully good ideas.
No, don't be surprised. And I often do, you know.
Hmm.
So do you.
Well, I thought I did.
So it seems Mr. Bradley has decided to cooperate.
When do we move?
On the third day, tomorrow. I'll give him an alarm call around 6.
How? How are we going to take it, Martin?
Now, I think it's best I keep it locked up until the last possible moment.
Surely, Martin, we must know now.
Martin doesn't trust anyone, not even me. Isn't that true, Martin?
Of course I trust you, darling. I trust all of you. Only too much knowledge makes you so much more vulnerable. I'm sure you appreciate that.
Excuse me, sir. There's an Honorable Clarissa de Vere Allen who wishes to see you.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, she says it's rather important.
Frightfully important, I said.
Oh, it's good to see you. You can do your bits and pieces, Brandon.
Eh?
Well, I was right. Her name is Dorinda. Dorinda Stevenson.
That's marvelous. Do you know where she lives?
No, but I know where she works. I just happened to pop into Harrods this morning, and I bumped into Penny Barkington Stewart.
All three of them? Oh, that's great.
Well, I don't know.
You don't think it'll work?
Well, frankly, Jean, this isn't like one of your movies. I'm just afraid the thing might backfire.
Look, I know it isn't one of my movies. Maybe you're right. But what is important is that you play along with it.
Oh, well, yeah, it can be organized in time. Of course I will.
I have 97% faith in you.
98?
Give the man another sherry.
Yes, certainly, sir.
Thank you. Oh, yes, sir. Let's see here. How about a bottle of Sancerre? Very cold.
Thank you very much.
We'll dance Clarissa and don't let her think that we've seen her.
I need a breath of fresh air.
Sorry, Clarissa. Here's where you're going to have to get along without me.
Keep the change.
Thanks. Cheers, lad.
Gene Bradley. He came into the club with Clarissa Allen.
Did he recognize you?
I don't think so. I made sure I wasn't followed.
Right, we move. Right, that's the end of the Rembrandt.
Martin, don't. Don't do it. Martin, please.
You'll find that's water, Martin. That other stuff can be very dangerous. Right. And may I offer a suggestion? If you really want to be professional crooks, don't mess around with us amateurs. Have I attained the proper degree of carelessness, Brandon?
If I may say so, Mr. Bradley, we have achieved perfection.
Thank you.
Ah, that will be your car now, sir. If you'll excuse me.
The real Clarissa.
The Duke asked me to meet you.
How good of him?
Frightfully good.
Yes, frightfully. Do you hold it?
Of course.